This is the DNA Pest Control Podcast with your hosts, Daniel and Anthony. Hey, how you doing?
Back at it, huh?
Yeah. Now, I did want to address something before we get into the topic.
Okay.
About your solo podcast.
We haven't. It hasn't even hit yet.
It hasn't hit yet.
It's not.
But it will.
Hit.
It will.
It will hit.
Wait, it's not hitting?
It's going to. Not yet, though. We are. I am waiting.
So for those of you that don't know, and maybe it's going to be out in the future, Daniel, the beginning of his podcast, I wasn't in it because I was busy.
The fired up podcast.
No, I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about the part where in the beginning it's like I'm dead.
It did not sound like you were dead. It was. He's not here today.
You're like, he is not with us today.
Oh my gosh! Here we go,
dude. That's exactly how you said it.
But it doesn't.
It's like, what am I dead or am I at home?
You were dead that day.
Okay,
you were dead that day.
I guess so. But anyways, you guys should listen to it.
With your sickness.
What sickness?
Your sickness. You're always sick.
That's okay. It's called allergies.
You want to know what's scary?
What?
We're going to hit a real quick point right now because it's very relevant.
What's scary?
The coronavirus.
Right.
So I just read that one of the deaths from the coronavirus is here in California.
Yeah.
Come to find out, that lady went to Mexico in February. I went to Mexico in January.
Right.
That is really pretty close. I mean, now she had a lot of...
She didn't get it from Mexico.
They don't know.
She got no idea. Travis Air Force Base.
No, she didn't.
That's where everyone got it.
No, they don't know that because it's down in Mexico City.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. Outside of the U.S., it's pretty crazy out there.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's in Mexico City. Yeah. My mother-in-law is freaking out about it.
You don't have it. Or else I'd be doing a podcast where I'd say, he's no longer with us today.
Let's put it this way. If I had it, you would probably be the first one to go.
And I would probably, it would be like super turbocharged in my system.
Oh yeah, no, it's crazy. Stage. We should probably we shouldn't talk about it.
I know. What's the podcast? Your solo podcast going to be called? I forgot the name.
It is Making More by Being More.
So yep, be sure to check that one out, guys. Once it's out, it's a great podcast. I listened to it, but it sounds like I'm dead in the beginning.
Be prepared.
Yeah.
If you're weak, do not listen.
Okay.
Don't listen.
Yeah, you were a little fired up. Let's get on. What's today's topic?
So we are going to talk about how to control your route during the spring.
Most important time.
It is. It is very important. And so we're going to cover a few different points over that. So what is the importance of a spring treatment, Anthony? What do you think?
Spring's when all the bugs are coming out. Excuse me. All the bugs are coming out. You got your wasps. You got ants coming at full force. This is their favorite time of the year. Everyone's getting invaded with ants now. Mosquitoes are coming out, starting to bite people and their families at night or evening time. And
God, you make it sound like a horror story.
It is. And that's how we get sales. You make it really scary.
There you go.
Scaring sales, doesn't it? Would you agree?
Yes. In the wrong, but it's bad.
Would you? Okay.
It's not the right way to do it.
Well, whatever. But yeah, I mean, all the bugs come out: wasps, ants, spiders, mosquitoes. Now they've always been there, depending on what part of the country you're in. Like if you're in, really temperate area like us in California, we kind of always see bugs. Yeah. But it does, shoot up through the roof come springtime when it comes to pest activity.
So we say a good treatment. It's an important treatment. What's a good spring treatment? So what would we qualify? Because some guys are just, you know what? I'm going to spray the foundation. I'm going to take some webs down around the front door, and then I'm going to leave. That to them is a good treatment. So what's your definition of a good treatment? And
by the way, that treatment where you do the bare minimum, you go through the motion, it's not going to cut it in spring.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah, and that's going to lead to a callback.
Yeah.
So what I would say is a good treatment isn't necessarily doing more. It's looking for what your client's seeing. If you see ants crawling up the side of your client's home into their window or under the sub area of their home, and you see an active ant trail and you ignore it, you're not doing a good treatment.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You're either going to spray some stuff that's going to obliterate ants, or you're going to bait them, or both.
Yeah.
And you got to make sure you're on top of that. If you see a wasp nest up in the eaves, you're not going to ignore it. You're going to hit it.
Yeah.
And just making sure that you're on top of it all and making sure you're dealing with the new pests that you're seeing since winter, because you're not seeing wasp nests in winter. You're not seeing a lot of ant trails in winter.
Yeah. So really customize your treatment to what the customer is going to tell you that they're seeing. You know, part of that, you know, we cover that in one of the episodes is, you know, what you're saying to the customer when you show up to the door, and it's asking them, hey, what are you seeing?
Yeah.
And then customize that treatment to that, you know, what they're seeing. Cause sometimes, you know, a good treatment, you might be just treating for ants and that's it. But that's going to be the best treatment at that time to eliminate the ant infestation. You might not kill all the spiders, but at least you're taking care of that problem at hand. And that's really going to help out in the future.
Yeah.
Prevent those callbacks.
No. Yeah. 100%.
So essentially, what have you noticed? What have our guys noticed? What are we getting? We're in Sacramento, guys, California. So this might be a little bit different than what you're seeing in your state, especially if it hasn't warmed up yet. I know some states are still pretty cold. It might even snow still.
Yeah.
So here in California, what are we running into? What kind of insects?
So we are getting invaded by ants. A lot of clients are having ants right now.
Oh, yeah.
And it is just night and day. Just like when rodents are invading, the second winter hits, they're in the attic. We have ants in the kitchen and everywhere around the outside now. So ants are a major one. Fleas are another big one too.
Yeah, we've had a lot of calls
Yeah.
with fleas. Fleas and ants are going up too.
Yeah, we're dealing a lot with fleas right now.
Yeah, so we didn't have too cold of a winter in Sacramento area. So a lot of those bugs I don't think died. And then also it got warm very quick and early. Holy crap, it got really warm.
And we had barely any rain.
Yeah, we did not have any rain. So we're running into all those. And I'm sure that's just the start of it.
Yeah.
So what kind of insects can we prevent, now?
So I would definitely say if you're not seeing the ants yet or the wasps yet, I would use a product such as Alpine WSG or Termidor SC. One of those products that are just designed to really take on those social insects such as ants and wasps. Get that stuff down now because it does have a long residual, and make sure you're staying preventative for your clients, because the last thing you want is for a client to have an ant trail in their house, getting into all their food, everything like that, or having your client get stung by a wasp from something you could have easily avoided.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think some of the other things that techs need to remember is when you are walking around the house and you're treating, look for situations that the owner can prevent by cleaning up. So, a huge one, water. If there's standing water, in some cases, I've actually poured water out just for the owner.
Well, real quick, that's actually funny. I did the estimate yesterday, and there's an ant trail going into the sub area, and right near the ant trail is his leaking hose that has a whole little puddle of water in the grass.
Oh man, yeah,
yeah.
Did
So
you
it's
tell
just
him?
like, no, he turned it off. He's like, oh gosh, look at right there, because he was walking with me.
Oh man, well that was a dead giveaway then.
And
Good.
I did sell him, by the way.
Yeah, you did sign him up.
Yep.
But no, yeah, that's awesome, because that's exactly what we need to look for, especially estimates. We're doing just the regular treatment, looking for those places where we can say, hey, you know what, you need to clean that up. There's just a pile of dead leaves in the back. That's going to help prevent a lot of the different insects. And actually, let's hit on one of those big insects here in California that's kind of newer. And I know a lot of the guys, if you're listening, especially in California, the Turkesan roach. We've had those, and actually, I just saw one yesterday. It was a adolescent. It was younger, but I was going out to the hot tub.
Was it in your kitchen?
No, it wasn't in my kitchen.
Oh.
But it was running around.
Oh,
and so
and it was a male?
I don't know. I didn't turn it over and look.
You don't have to turn it over to look if it's a male or not. What?
I know.
Oh.
It's a joke, you got to see.
Oh, so your jokes now.
Oh, look at that.
But
Look at that.
in your last podcast, you were
Oh, I was all yells, man. I was ready to
all
throw
fired
down.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily no one was here. I probably
By the
would
way,
have
for
fought someone.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Someone would have went through the table.
Oh, yeah. You would have just heard everything crash.
And for those of you guys who don't know, if you're, go Google Turkestan cockroach. Majority of the time, you're probably not dealing with them yet. And I say yet because they are menaces. They actually turn adult within a year. A familiar insect you guys are used to is the oriental cockroach.
Yep. Yeah.
And it takes them, I think, 2.5 years to turn adult, and then they have a very small breeding window. Turkestan cockroaches are completely beating out the oriental roaches, because they have a much longer and quicker breeding window, and they are everywhere in California. Like, you could go ahead and walk around your home and hit a little crack, and it's like a horror movie how they flood out.
Oh, yeah. No, it's crazy. If you haven't run into them, you probably will, especially out here. It's getting worse. But yeah, I'm already seeing them. I'm seeing them at night when I'm walking around. So even though it is still a little bit colder, they're still out running around, which is pretty crazy. So, that's another one, definitely take a look into that, and kind of what to do with those, baiting. So coupling in, multiple methods or multiple treatments at the same time helps a lot with a lot of different insects. I know, Anthony, you kind of hit that with ants, is baiting and spraying.
Yeah.
That's huge.
I'm going to plug a product here.
Oh, plug away. Let's hear it.
Niban.
Niban,
it's a granular bait. I love this stuff. And like I said in a previous podcast, I talked to one of the guys in Pest World, and I was telling him how much I love it. But this stuff works.
They never sent us.
Actually, that's true.
Oh,
so
man, that's messed up. That just reminded me.
Hey, if you're listening, we want our customly made sprinkle bottle. What do you call it? Spreader bottles? Sprinkle bottles? Shaker?
No, a shaker bottle. No.
You told us you're going to give us our bottle with our label on it, and you never sent it.
I can't believe that.
But it's still a good product.
Yeah, it's all right.
That stuff works wonders. I've used it at apartments. I've used it at residentials, and it's super easy to do, and it's just control for everything. Ants, cockroaches, you're going to see results, your client is, and snails and slugs too. Your client's going to see results. Yeah,
use those, if you guys have bait stations on properties, especially during the rainy season. You got to watch out, dude.
All right. We laughing for no one's seen anything.
I know. They're probably going to hear it, though. The rainy season, you get a lot of slugs and snails in those bait stations. They tear that bait up. So use Niban in there. We sprinkle it in with the bait.
It works great.
Oh, yeah. It keeps them away, keeps the bait fresh, keeps everything away from eating it. So
yeah.
And those things will wipe out roaches, earwigs. I mean,
everything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much, other than spiders.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I love the product, and that's why I'm plugging it, because I've had results. And it's fairly inexpensive too. Yeah.
Well, and we're kind of already on the subject. So what products do you suggest, you think are a good help during the summer months? Actually, I should say during the spring.
Summer's the next one.
Yep. Summer's the next one.
Yeah.
So what products, I know you talked about Niban. Yep. What else do you think? And for different insects, I mean,
for your wasps and ants, Alpine and Termidor.
Termidor is a wonder for wasp nests.
Yeah.
The new label in California, just so everyone knows, you can now start using it.
In March, yeah.
Yep, we're in March. We can use it.
At only in here I'm going to get scientific, 0.03% dilution, right?
There you go. That's true.
Yeah.
But
two times a year.
Per the label, you can still treat an actual wasp nest.
Yep.
So you treat that nest, you are going to wipe them out.
Now,
it's awesome.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Only if the wasp nest is attached to the structure you're treating.
That's true.
Yeah. And look how smart we are. This is why we read labels here.
Yeah, we do.
This is why our listeners listen, is because we have knowledge like that.
Oh, we have to.
Yeah.
Or we'd be doing it illegal like a lot of people.
Well,
I won't call anyone out, but
I heard some people, throw Termidor in maybe throw a different label. Anyways, different label.
Oh, gosh, here we go.
I mean, the product's great, right?
Yeah. So what else? What about, I know you talked a little bit about Alpine. Why do you like Alpine so much?
Alpine, its label is so open.
It is a very open,
You can spray it
very
on
broad.
bushes. Obviously, you want to avoid flowers because it's going to wipe out bees and stuff like that. You don't want to kill bees.
Well, that's illegal here anyway.
Yeah.
You can't.
Pretty sure
treat-
everywhere, right?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know other states. You know, I know California really well that you can't treat any blooming.
Well, let's hear it
bushes or
from our
anything.
listeners. We have listeners all over the place.
Yep.
They're
Hey,
not reaching out to us. Don't you guys want to be on the darn podcast?
oh, they do.
Right?
They do.
Come on.
People are scared.
Let's get you on the darn podcast. That's the whole point of this thing.
It's
Wanna hear from
Come
ya.
on, guys. Yeah, let us know in your state what's going on. If you use Termidor in another state, what are the laws behind that? Or if there's different labels, we don't know. I don't work in another state, so I couldn't tell you. But let us know, guys.
Yeah, let us
Or
know.
Alpine.
And check it out. You can either let us know in an email, or we've already tested it. You could call in, and we could have you live with us on the podcast.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
We got
Okay.
you. We got you. Just
We're
do
the
it.
voice of the industry here.
Yeah,
Right now, we're only the voice of California. We need the voice of every state.
there you go. Come
Yeah.
on. We're inviting you. So Alpine, now let's be honest, that is a pretty expensive product. So
Very
you're not
expensive.
treating the entire home, every
Now,
single service with that.
ants, it's only 10 grams.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. You can find all that info on the label.
Right. I am a label.
You are.
Yeah.
You are. You make it.
Yeah, I look
Yeah.
like a label.
Oh, gosh.
Anyways, no. So with ants, now keep in mind you're not spraying Alpine around the home around winter, so it is a more expensive product. Now, if you're with a company that's really on top of the cost effectiveness of your service,
Yeah.
do Alpine for your route for a month, and maybe you might spike up, but you're going to have a lot less callbacks than other people out there.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. So what do we use? What are we using right now?
For what?
Just plug it. Yeah. What do we use?
Well, for what service?
Just treating
Tico?
the foundation outside, everything.
We are using a mixture of Bifin. I don't even know the name. IT. Yeah, that's what we're using. Bifin IT, a very cheap product,
It is. It's
Yeah.
very inexpensive.
and it's a better word for it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Inexpensive.
it works,
It does. It actually is a really good product.
and we're mixing that with a Centria IC3, an eco-friendly repellent product.
Yeah, and the reason why we do that, and this is just an idea for anybody out there to get the Centria is a quick knockdown product, so you're going to get killed really fast with a lot of bugs. So if you treat around a house, black widows is a huge one. If you go around treating, you're going to see black widows starting to just fall, and they're going to die
Centria
quick.
tears spiders up.
Yeah, Centria is really good. So you're going to get a really high kill rate with them. The Bifin does not kill insects fast. So
Not
if
at
anyone
all.
ever has that question of, I just sprayed a bug, you probably drowned it before you actually killed it from the pesticide. But Bifin will not kill anything really fast, but it has the longevity of just lasting forever.
You know what Bifin?
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't last that long, does it?
I won't say forever. No, I mean, but it lasts a long time. Yeah, it does.
No, yeah, very good residual.
Yeah.
Now what I do is, because bugs don't die that quick,
Yeah. Step on them.
step on them.
Yeah, what was your joke a while ago? You've yet to find a bug that has.
There's no immunity built to the boot.
There it is. There it is.
Not at all. Listen,
Oh,
you hear
man.
all this stuff about bed bugs, how they're unkillable. And then, you know what you do? You get your finger, no glove on.
Oh gosh.
Smush them.
I hear stories about that already. I don't want to do that.
You know what you do after?
What? You eat it?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh man.
Oh, that's such a dark turn.
Eating bed bug. Hey, you know what? But that's not bad because it's just your blood. So if you've ever, bit your tongue and whatever.
I've been doing this at clients' houses.
Oh.
Anyways, let's go on to the next topic.
What other products out there that we can use to control any other insects that we might run into in the springtime?
I mean, there's just a wide array of things people use. I think what's it called? Wisdom is another bifenthrin product.
Yeah.
Masterline.
Yep.
All those products that your uppers are telling you to spray are really good.
Your uppers.
Yeah. Well, your operator.
Yeah.
Well, is it called an operator in different states? And this is why we need guests.
You know what? Yeah. You get me outside of California. I don't know what they're
That's
called.
why I said uppers.
Yeah.
And it's an awesome name.
Yeah. And you know what? I mean, make the best of what you can with what you have.
Yeah.
Because you might not, like Anthony said, the uppers, operators, managers, whatever you want to call them, whoever's ordering those products for you, you might not actually have an option to choose what product to use. And so you're going to have to go through and you're going to have to see what you have and how to apply that and how to apply it in the right way.
And you know what you do?
What?
So you do that. You do work with what you got. You work with the hand that was dealt.
Oh, absolutely.
But then you get in your boss's ear and you say, okay, dude,
you got to get this product.
We need this.
Yeah.
I did it to you.
With what product?
Tempered FX.
Oh, yeah. Why haven't you talked about Tempered? Tempered's a great product.
Yeah, but that's for like a specialty service. It's not for like spring.
You can spray that on the inside and on the outside, actually.
It's very expensive.
It's just like Alpine.
Not
the same.
It's not.
Expensive-wise, it is.
Very expensive.
Yeah. Tempered is an expensive product, but it's micro-encapsulated.
It's an awesome product. Yeah. I've had great results with it for cockroaches, like German cockroaches.
Have we ever tried that with ants?
No.
We should try it.
And I don't know, can you even spray it inside?
With Tempered?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the label. You can do inside and outside.
Because I said for German cockroaches.
You did not say that. You said cockroaches.
Right.
Now
I did
you just
say
screwed yourself. If it's not on there, now everyone knows.
But
we're gonna edit that out.
My label did say something otherwise when I was spraying.
Oh, well, don't say that.
My label just says water. So if any ag department comes up to me,
go.
I'm like, hey, I'm just spraying water.
No, that's a really good overall product, Tempered.
No, it's on the label.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you can do inside, outside.
But it's not on the label for like counters and stuff like that. You can't spray it there.
No. You have to be careful. Yeah, you definitely read through that. But yeah, no.
Here's your tip.
Yeah.
From A. You had the D tip. Now it's the A tip, right?
Gosh, yeah.
Read your labels, guys. If you're a technician, and you know what? I don't care what you say. Maybe you're making $8 an hour. Read the label.
Actually, quick story is when I started getting into the technician field of things, one of the 15-year-old veteran guys said that I had to treat for over a year to learn everything. I'm going to, break that down. You do not actually have to do that. You don't have to treat for a year to know everything and to learn everything. You can go outside and figure stuff out.
Sorry to interrupt. We're going to have a podcast about the veterans.
There you go.
Of the industry.
We will.
We're going to
tear them up.
No. I'm
going to tear them up.
Why?
Because it's going to be fun.
They have a lot of knowledge.
They do have a lot of knowledge.
And I got trained by a guy with 28 years experience. And
no, he had 38.
Was it 38?
It could have been 40.
He had a lot of experience.
He did.
And
I'm pretty sure at the age he was born.
And he might be listening to this podcast.
Let's hope so.
Hey, shout out to you.
Guy.
I don't want to say your name, even though it's a very generic name. But he's actually in the East Coast now.
Yes.
And,
yes.
I learned a lot from him.
Yeah. He did have a lot of knowledge about insects. He knew a lot. He did know a lot.
Now, the downside for the veteran techs, and I mean, obviously we'll talk about this a lot more in depth, is they do get stuck in their ways.
They do. Well, so that's what I was hitting on. So a lot of the treatments that I actually learned how to do is the label. The label literally tells you, this is what you need to do. Spray around here, spray this, spray that. It tells you exactly how to treat a home and that insect.
Read the label.
Yeah.
Guys, please. Yep. And it's only going to help your client out. It's going to keep your client, their pets, their family safe. It's going to keep you safe. And you'd only have to read a quarter of the label. Majority of it's stuff not pertaining to you. There's things like if you're not doing a universe treatment or, freaking spraying across a farm or anything like that, you just got to look at and read up what you are doing personally, whether it's exterior treatments for a home or doing a commercial treatment. You just read that part of the label and it tells you exactly what to do.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's, we're running into, I know we talked about it, fleas. One product I love is Precor.
Yeah. So, it's a great product.
But you can get the aerosol can. So if you guys are just,
That's
because
all
we
we
actually, I've done both. So
one's better.
we used to use a pint. So we would buy the pints
Yeah.
and you'd have to mix it. They're both, it's the same. There's no difference.
The cool thing about the aerosol can is it really fans under a bed.
Yes. So the nozzle fans for you.
Yeah.
Actually, the new ones, the Precor 2650, is that what it is?
Yeah. 2625, I think.
2625.
Yeah. Come on.
I think they had a bad batch because the nozzles.
Oh, you remember that?
Yeah. It was terrible.
Terrible. Yeah.
Are they good now?
No, they're a lot better.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, they're
Well,
freaking.
I'm glad they fixed that.
Yeah, their product was terrible. Like you had to do such crazy measures just to make it work.
Yeah, but no, when it works out great. So yeah, and anyway, so use that. If you're running into fleas on the inside, you can use that. That product works really well. The other one that we use is Ecovia. That's an eco-friendly product, but Ecovia does wonders as well against fleas.
I've done a treatment with Ecovia for fleas.
You got rid of fleas with Ecovia. I went to that guy's house.
And I didn't think I would, but I guess I did.
You did. You did a great job. No, they were really happy with it.
We still service them.
We do. Yeah, no, they're very happy with that treatment. So even though they didn't like the smell too much.
It smells terrible. It smells like Raid.
It does. Yeah. It stinks pretty bad.
And Raid stinks. And Raid sucks.
It does.
Yeah, we hate Raid.
No, we don't. Yeah, we do actually.
Yeah.
We don't believe in that.
You know why? Because you show up to a house for ants, and then next thing you know, you see a bunch of dead ants. You're like, oh, all right, there's Raid. And just completely ruin everything I could potentially do right there.
Well, you know what? Now that we're talking about Raid, I want to say how they're liars.
Hold on. Let's not.
No, this is proven.
Hold on. Hold on, Daniel. We're on thin ice right now. Okay, we could express our opinion legally.
Well, we can.
No, we can't.
Roaches do not have nests.
Hold on. You're on very thin ice. You're playing with fire.
Why?
Okay, hold on.
They could. I'll talk to their marketing.
We don't even know if
team.
it's still on the label.
Yeah, we don't.
Should one of us look it up right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up right now.
Okay,
I'll tell you.
I'll carry the conversation.
I'm gonna put it up on the internet on our podcast.
Yeah, put in a link in the description below.
Yeah, because
where you can also, and I'll do a plug, where you can also contact us and get on the podcast. Or hey, if you're in the area, you could come right into the DNA Pest Control Studios.
Ooh,
yeah. After you get past the 3 tiers of security, we're here for you. We're here to get your voice heard. So just to recap on everything while he looks that up, we're playing with fire right now, and I don't like it. But if you're a technician out there, and if you are doing a spring service, change things up, it's finally starting to pick up. The heat's starting to pick up. Stay hydrated, especially during the summertime. And just make sure you're on top of your route. You're on top of, say, ants. If you see ants, make sure you change your service to focusing on those ants. If you're seeing spiders and no ants, then make sure, okay, this is a more spider-heavy treatment. I better hit the eaves around the light fixtures, everything like that. If you are seeing, or actually if your client's seeing and feeling a ton of fleas, then that's when you're going to want to go ahead and make sure you're really catering towards the flea treatment. Now, remember, here's another tip. Fleas don't like the sunlight too much, so they're always going to be hiding out of the sunlight, so in the shade. So you're more likely not going to find a flea in the middle of the lawn. You're going to be finding fleas in shade, in bark, in cracks and crevices. They've been known to hide in baseboards and everything like that. So just always remember that when you're treating for fleas.
Okay, I need to make an apology to Raid.
And I try to prevent this whole thing.
But it's all right. I'm you know what? I will admit when I'm wrong.
Now
so I'm okay with that.
You have to drink a whole can now.
Oh gosh, they're gonna have a lawsuit because I'll be dead.
Yeah.
So it actually is not. I swear it was on there.
And that
it's not, but it is actually on another one. So I will throw them under the bus.
Throw them.
It is called Combat Max. And listen to this: kills the nest. First of all, Combat. Let's break this down. What nest? What nest?
Well,
do they even know the biology?
Well, so this is the misconception, is that so cockroaches tend to congregate in the same area, right?
They do?
Now they're not technically social creatures.
No, they're not.
But so what I think what they're trying to say there is that once this cockroach gets our product on them, they're going to take it back to that hot spot area and they're going to kill them.
Well, it's bait. So it's probably when they die, if any of the other roaches eat them, then it's going to kill them.
Now, say sorry to Raid.
I did apologize to Raid.
Sorry, Raid. Combat. And even with Combat, we're treading on thin ice there.
You know what, though? It's
we
okay.
Can give our opinion. But
it is my opinion. My opinion is actually very correct that roaches do not have nests and they need to take that off.
But you know what? And here's a sales advice, because I mean, you're not doing any sales.
Oh, come on.
I'm doing all the sales here.
I know. Get it. Let's hear your sell. Advion, ant gel.
When clients say, what would you say? Advion, ant John?
Ant gel.
Oh, okay. What does that have to do with what I was about to say?
No, go on. We're listening.
I don't even know what I was going to say anymore. What was it talking about? A sales pitch for what?
I don't know.
Combat?
Maybe.
After we just deflamed their name on the
No,
podcast?
we didn't deflame their name. I don't know if any of their other products are good. I'm just saying they got to take that off because you don't kill a
thousands
nest.
Of listeners.
No, you can't kill a nest with a.
No. So I know what I was going to say the whole time. I was just making jokes. So if a client does say, "Oh yeah, they're going to take it to the nest," when you're dealing with German cockroaches, I would just say, yeah.
That's what you tell them?
Yeah.
I tell them no. I say there's a misconception that because they conjugate that there's a nest. There's actually no nest. There's no queen. You can't kill the nest because there isn't one. They just conjugate in corners in dark places.
I think there is an alpha cockroach.
You know what? We're going to bring on an entomologist. We're going to ask him.
Oh, hey. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Why aren't they contacting us? We got to contact them.
No, we're going to contact them.
Yeah.
We'll bring them on. Send us your questions and concerns about Combat and Raid.
We don't actually use any of that stuff.
We'll be more than happy to answer those for you. No, actually ask us any of those questions, because when we do bring on an entomologist, we want to ask him all those questions for you guys.
Or her.
No, it's a him. He's a guy. It's not a girl.
Oh, you already have a guy on?
Yeah. No, I got a guy.
Now, whether you are no, this is aside the point that you already have a guy in mind.
Yeah.
Now, whether you're an entomologist, whether you are a male or female or other, we want to hear from. Well, we are in California.
We are. No, you're right.
We want to hear from you. Get on. I mean, we might sound like idiots, but you know what? We sure as hell know how to get rid of a bug.
Yeah, that's
we might
true.
not know how they work.
We might not know, but
I swear there's an alpha cockroach, dude, that just kind of chills out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Hey, that is the whole purpose of this podcast, is we're figuring out what
learning.
We don't know.
Everyone's learning.
Because, you're going to have that guy who's going to ask you what's the difference between a bed bug and a bird bug.
And thanks to the technician that I've learned that from, I'm 10 years ahead of that.
Yeah,
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
So please send in any questions. You can email us. You can go to our website.
We have the thing.
And yep, we do have that thing. I'm just letting you guys know. Please email us. Please reach out. Send us those questions for any of those bugs, so that we can pass that along and get those answers for you.
So now I seem like a jerk because I interrupted you.
Oh, no, you're good.
I got to do my closing thing now.
Okay, go.
We want you on the podcast. Please call us or email us. We want to, get on here. Hey guys, this is Anthony, and here's a quick reminder. We want to hear from you, whether you're a technician, owner, or operator. We want to hear your stories, whether it's a horror story on the field, a funny story with the client, or just something straight up crazy or weird you've seen. And how can you do this, you ask? Well, our email is dnapestpodcast@gmail.com. That's DANDA pestpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow us at Twitter and direct message us there at DNA Pest Podcast. That is D, the letter N, A, Pest Podcast. Follow us on Twitter. Or you can reach out directly through our website at dnapodcast.com. That's DANDA podcast.com. We want to hear from you, so let's hear it.